Alrighty, folks, you know I'm feeling great on a Thursday morning because Chairman members cashed in on 5 different premium selections on my premium site yesterday. We had the Warriors, Northwestern, Texas A&M, Pitt Panthers, and the Rangers in the NHL. And the only way you could have access to all of those winners is to join my full access, all-inclusive Chairman package. Chairman members get access to every single premium selection of mine, every single package, every single day for the next 30 days. As an added bonus, you also get access to my Chairman podcast, absolutely free. It's included with your purchase. Now, you may be wondering what the difference is between what I do here on the free videos and what I do on my premium site. Well, what I do here on the free videos is I'll handicap the entire slate of games in any given sport, side and total. What I do on my premium site is, well, I actually share with you which one of these free plays on these videos that I actually like the best. I'm 10-3 in my last 13 extra daily picks, 10-4 in my last 14 crowd pleaser teasers. And finally, folks, I'm 3-0 in my last 3 NHL tier membership picks. And the good news is I have plays going off in all of those packages here today, and they're all included with your purchase of the Chairman membership. The site is patreon.com/Brock Page. And with that, folks, we are going to dive into some free content. We're going to take a look at the Spurs at the Magic, 7 o'clock Eastern start time. Orlando's minus 10.5, totals 225 and a hook. And even though this is a big number here, Orlando's done a nice job covering the point spread recently. They covered in 5 out of their last 6. And they've been tough to score against at home. They're currently 15-7 straight up in the Amway Center, and they're currently in the top 3 in defensive points per game on their own court. Now, Orlando's also been dominant underneath the basket. They currently lead the NBA right now in defensive boards per game at home. Paolo Banchero leads the roster in rebounds per game. Batazzi's the club leader in blocks, and they're taking on a Spurs club who does not shoot well away from home. As a matter of fact, San Antonio is dead last in offensive three-point percentage in their travels. And out of 25 contests away from San Antonio, the Spurs got the W only 5 times. Now, total-wise, the under cashed in the Spurs' last 7 straight. Meanwhile, the Magic went 5-1 at the under in their last 6 out-of-conference home games. Give me the Magic minus 10.5, under 225 and a hook. Next game, Warriors-Pacers, 7 o'clock Eastern tip-off. Indiana's minus 7, totals 250. Now, we do have a bunch of conflicting factors that make this game difficult to handicap. For Indy, well, they just don't play any defense. Meanwhile, for the Warriors, they've got a losing record on the road. Now, total-wise, even more conflicting elements that make this one tough to pick. The Warriors saw unders in 4 out of their last 5 ball games. Meanwhile, Indy's 19-8 to the over on the road this year. So as far as making a pick is concerned, this game is being featured as a premium selection on my premium site. So fortunately, no free pick available for you in this game. Next matchup, Cavs-Nets, 7:30 Eastern tip-off. Cleveland's minus 5.5, totals 226. Now, the Red Hot Cavs won their last 7 straight, and they played some really good basketball on the road. Cleveland's currently 15-8 away from home this year, and they are the toughest road team to shoot against in the league. They're currently leading the entire NBA right now in defensive field goal percentage while traveling. Meanwhile, the Nets on the other side, they're one of the worst shooting teams in the league. They're currently in the bottom 5 in offensive field goal percentage. And out of the Nets' last 9 ball games, they failed to cover in all of those contests except for 3. Now, injury-wise, Finney-Smith, Walker, Johnson, Sharp, and Whitehead, they're all out for the Nets. When it comes to the total, 5 out of Brooklyn's last 8 did stay under the number. Meanwhile, Cleveland went 5-3 to the under in their last 8 themselves. Give me Cleveland minus 5.5, under 226. Next game, Mavs-Knicks, 7:30 Eastern tip-off. Dallas is minus 4.5, totals 228 and a hook. And once again, folks, this is another one of those contests that's tough to pick. The Knicks right now are plagued by injuries. Meanwhile, the Mavericks struggle to grab rebounds on both ends of the court. Now, total-wise, the Mavs did see overs recently against the likes of Orlando and Atlanta. Meanwhile, the Knicks saw unders in 8 out of their last 10. So if you want to see whether I'm making a play on the money line total or against the point spread in this one, this game's being featured as my $1.99 daily best play on my premium site. It costs just 6 cents a day for 30 days of service. The link is in the description section below. Next contest, Bulls, Grizzlies, 8 o'clock Eastern start time. Chicago's minus 5.5, totals 216 on a hook. And when it comes to covering the number, Chicago's done a nice job over the past couple of weeks. They're 6-3 against the spread in their last 9. And they've done a nice job on the defensive end of the court. The Bulls are currently in the top 5 in field goals allowed per game. And they're facing a Memphis team who is currently dead last in field goals made themselves. And in turn, they're currently the lowest scoring team in the entire NBA. Now, injury-wise, Rose, Jackson, and Zaire Williams are questionable for Memphis. LaRavia, Bane, Clark, Smart, and Oladipo are still inactive. Meanwhile, for Chicago on the other side, Torrey Craig is questionable with an ankle. Patrick Williams is out. Now, total-wise, the Bulls saw unders against the likes of the Raptors, Blazers, and Suns. Meanwhile, Memphis saw 6 out of their last 7 out-of-conference home games stay under the line. Give me the Bulls minus 5.5, under 216 and a hook. Next game, T-Wolves, Bucks, 8 o'clock Eastern tip-off. Milwaukee's minus 1.5, totals 227. Now, when it comes to the total, the Bucks have seen plenty of overs at the Fiserv. They're 7-1 to the over in their out-of-conference home games. Meanwhile, Minnesota saw overs recently against the likes of the Bulls, Magic, and Hornets. And when it comes to selecting a winner in this one, this game's being featured as my board member tier package pick on my premium site. But as far as making a free pick is concerned, give me the over 227. Next game, Jazz, Suns, 9 o'clock Eastern start time. Phoenix is minus 6, totals 243. Now, the Suns have played quite well over the past couple of weeks. They're 7-3 straight up in their last 10, and they're one of the more precise shooting teams in the game. Phoenix is currently in the top 3 in the league in offensive field goal percentage. They're also scoring more points in the third quarter than any other roster besides one. Kevin Durant's drilling 45% of his three-pointers, and he leads the organization in points per game. Meanwhile, Devin Booker's shooting 50% from the field, and he ranks second in the lineup in points. Now, they're taking on a Jazz team who's yet to record double-digit victories on the road. They're just 9-19 straight up in their travels, and they've allowed 123 points a game in those very contests. Now, injury-wise, Sensabaugh and Agbaji are questionable for the Jazz. Fontecchio's out. Meanwhile, for the Suns, Bradley Beal's questionable with an ankle. Now, total-wise, the Suns have gone 12-5 to the over this year against Western Conference opponents at home. Meanwhile, Utah went 8-2 to the over in their last 10 themselves. Give me the Suns minus 6, over 243. Next contest, Nugs, Lakers, 10 o'clock East. Denver's minus 3, totals 229.5. Now, Denver's looked solid over the past couple of weeks. They're 7-2 straight up in their last 9. And I think they're defensive dominant. They're dominant on defense. They do good on defense, and I think that goes commonly overlooked. The Nugs allowed fewer points in the first quarter than any other franchise in the league. And for some reason, you just can't shoot the three-pointer against Denver. They're allowing fewer 3 balls a game than any other roster besides one. And they're taking on a Laker team who's been little threat shooting the 3 ball themselves. These guys are in the bottom 3 in three-pointers made per game. Now, the Lakers also tend to shut down offensively late in games as well. They're currently in the bottom 5 in the West in fourth quarter scoring. Now, injury-wise, LeBron and AD are questionable as usual. Vanderbilt, Reddish, and Vincent still out. Meanwhile, for Denver on the other side, KCP's day-to-day with that hammy. And out of Denver's last 9 ball games, the under cashed in all of those except for one. They're also 10-3 to the under in their in-conference road games. Now, the Lakers on the other side, they've seen 63% of their contests at home stay under the total themselves. Give me Denver -3, under 229.5. And with that, folks, we're going to dive into our next and final matchup for the video. It's going to be in that Pistons Trailblazers game, 10 o'clock Eastern start time. Portland's -6, totals 228. And as bad as the Pistons are, well, the Blazers are equally as inept on the offensive end of the court. These guys average fewer points a game than any other team besides Memphis. When it comes to shooting the basketball, they're also the second worst shooting team from the field as well. Only team worse, once again, is Memphis. And they're taking on a Detroit squad who's been covering machines over the past couple of weeks. Detroit's gone 8-2 against the number in their last 10 ball games. When it comes to rebounding the basketball, the Pistons do it quite well on the offensive. What am I trying to say here? When it comes to rebounding the basketball, the Pistons do it quite well on the road. That's what I was trying to say. They're currently in the top 10 in offensive boards while traveling. Meanwhile, on the other end of the court, well, Detroit's also in the top 5 in defensive boards per game on the road as well. Jalen Duren's averaging nearly a dozen rebounds a night, 8.5 on defense alone. Meanwhile, Amen Thompson's grabbing a handful of rebounds per game himself. Now, injury-wise, Cunningham and Bogey are questionable for the Pistons. Isaiah Stewart's still out. Meanwhile, for Portland on the other side, Ayton and Henderson are questionable. Sharp and Brown still inactive. Now, total-wise, the Blazers are 7-1 to the under in their out-of-conference home games. Meanwhile, Detroit saw 5 out of their last 8 stay under the total themselves. Give me the Pistons +6, under 228. And with that, folks, we're going to dive into our quick pick recap. Give me the Magic -10.5, under 225 and a hook. I have no free pick available for you in the Warriors-Pacers game. Cavaliers -5.5, under 226. And once again, folks, Chairman members cashed in on 5 different premium selections on my premium site yesterday. The link is in my bio. I have no free pick available for you in the Mavericks-Knicks game. Chicago Bulls -5.5, under 216 and a hook. I like the over 227 in the T-Wolves-Bucks game. Give me the Suns -6, over 243. I like Denver -3, under 229.5. And give me Detroit +6, under 228. And with that, folks, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on my premium page. Now, if you do end up getting a membership here today on patreon.com/BrockPage, just a friendly reminder, you're going to get access to that membership every single day for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus, you're also going to get access to all of my cheaper memberships absolutely free. They're going to be included with your purchase. That's why I always tell folks that Chairman Package, it's a full access, all-inclusive membership. It gives you access to every single premium selection of mine, every single package, every single day for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus, you also get access to my Chairman podcast absolutely free. It's included with your purchase. But most importantly, guys, got to thank you for joining me right here on the free video. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. With that said, folks, happy Thursday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my premium site at patreon.com/BrockPage.